Yo, face. Show your face, please. With Durk on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, alright, y'all. It looks like the internet is buzzing right now due to the fathers of Lil Durk and FBG Duck coming together. And y'all know, with the internet being the internet, social media being social media, you're going to have people that agree with it and you're going to have people that don't. Now, first and foremost, shout out to FYBJ, man. I don't know if maybe he plays a role in encouraging the behavior. And the reason why I say that is because this, right? Sometimes all it takes is a start. Right now, you see people in New York talking about they want to push peace now. You got other people talking about pushing unity or pushing whatever they want to push. As long as the homicides and the bodies stop dropping, then we cool. I don't care, because you got different people. They say they pushing respect, they pushing unity, they pushing it. Whatever you want to push, as long as it includes nobody losing their life, push it. At this point. And to be honest with you, even though I was one of the guys that frowned upon it because I didn't think that it will have much of an impact, whether they want to admit it or not, ever since J Mane been pushing peace, you've seen a lot of people start to come out and wanting to do the same. Now, of course, you're going to have people saying, well, I push peace too, or I've been trying to do. No, you have a lot of people that was in the beginning saying they pushing peace, but you see that they veered off, right? They went from saying, yeah, you know, we're good and we're pushing peace, we're peace over here. Next you know, they get on live and they start dissing ops or dissing whoever they dissing or making threats. It don't go like that. If you're going to push peace, it has to be one way 100%. You can't have one foot in and one foot out, because all you're doing is confusing people. So for the people that actually wanted to push peace or whatever they pushing and stayed solid to it, shout out to them. Because I believe that this has been like a domino effect, and we have seen a lot of people come together. Now, when it comes to FBG Duck's father and Lil Durk's father, it looked like they done teamed up, they taking pictures together, and they trying to put a good message out there. So we're going to get into all that, man. We're also going to get into the comments underneath the post of College Kid, where, like I said, you have some people that responded to it nicely, and you got some people that feel that no, right? Or it should have been done. And I'm gonna get into that. Anyway, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. All right, now somebody would get in the comments and pretty much mention Mama Duck as I knew somebody was, but they would end up saying, quote, "Duck Mama about to crash out." Lo and behold, Mama Duck will actually respond to that, and she would say, quote, "Any mother would, but when God is with you, who could be against you?" Now, I like that response because she could have went crazy. She could have said anything, tried to belittle the situation or anything, but she didn't. She responded in a nice, classy way because, people expect her to respond crazy. However, let's not forget that Mama Duck did mention that she actually tried to get in touch with Big Durk first. Now, I wonder what happened with that situation because clearly she tried to, get a head start with it and actually come together and push peace. She did mention also that she tried to get in contact with Lil Durk. He didn't respond back to her. And she tried to get in contact with his father. And clearly we see that didn't work neither. However, he decided to meet up with Duck's father instead. And I wonder why that, could be. Now, is it like a God thing? Maybe he wanted to consult with his father rather than consult with the mother. Cause y'all know some guys are like that. They rather, hash things out with the father or do things like that opposed to meeting up with a woman, and y'all know how that go. Or maybe he feel that maybe Mama Duck did too much on social media because y'all know they like to paint her to be the wrong person. But as I say, I always respect my elders, and we don't know what it's like to lose a child. So one day you're going to be hot, one day you're going to be cold. One day you might want to get back, one day you might not want to. One day you might want to diss because emotions is running and you thinking about your child. Or another day you might just want to leave everything alone. Who knows? And I gotta remember that Mama Duck just didn't lose one or two. If I'm not mistaken, she lost 3 children. So yes, it's easy to make fun, laugh, target, point the finger. But guess what? You don't know what it's like until you actually go through it. Now let's get into another comment where somebody will respond saying, quote, "One dead, one in jail. People always wait until it's too late." Now, I see that going around a lot, but here's the thing about that situation. Now, should both of the fathers be in their kid's life? Of course. And I'm sure if circumstances was different, they would want to be in their kid's life too. But due to the environment and whatever they had going on at the time, they was incarcerated. And they both did some very lengthy sentences. Now, could things been a little different and both of them was out and they was actually in their child's life? Maybe. But the crazy part is you can't say that all the time because I know kids that had both parents in their life and they still went out in the streets and did what they did. So you can't say, oh, because the father wasn't in the life. Yes, I do get it. That makes it a little more harsh. That does make things a little more crazy because a lot of these kids look to the streets to be that father figure. However, we can't ignore the fact that you do have kids that have both parents at home and they still go out there in the streets and do what they do. Now, interesting enough, y'all know that Durk's father actually was originally GD. So maybe if he would have been out, maybe Durk wouldn't have landed in the realm of being a BD or being around them, and maybe things would have been different that way. Maybe Durk and Duck would have had a better relationship because to my knowledge, they don't have anything personal amongst each other. It just seems like they both rep 2 different sides, and on each side, they both was the biggest target, so they just aim for each other that way. But in retrospect, as far as Durk personally doing something to Duck, and Duck personally doing something to Lil Durk, I haven't heard of it. Now let's get into a comment that I see more often than anything, and I'm sure that a lot of people feel this way with not just this situation, but a lot of things that's been going on in the past, including Durk wanting to push peace. Now one user would say, quote, "They doing whatever they can to get Durk out. Laughing my butt off." Now I've seen this a lot, and who knows? I'm 50-50 with it. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. Maybe they are trying to show Chicago because as y'all know, they are trying to make Lil Durk look like the biggest top gangster who running this just big criminal organization. So I guess what they're trying to do is make it seem like, all the GDs and BDs are coming together and there's no real beef amongst them. Now, whether they really trying to do that or not, it's still a good tactic because at the end of the day, if you could still get people to actually push peace and 2 sides to come together and you could alleviate the bodies from dropping and violence happening in Chicago, I think that's a good look. Now, when it comes to Durk, who knows if it's going to work though, because he has a lot against him right now with the M for hire, and not just the Quando Rondo and Lil Pab situation, but also the situation with his brother and his brother suspected on the lava. Now, Durk definitely got his work cut out for him. It seemed like he has his father's support. It seemed like his father's doing the right thing. And his father does have a lot of influence in the Chicago streets. So if he could get people to come together like this situation here, then who knows what could come out of it. But do I think it might help? Who knows, right? It just is what it is. Now, in the last comment, one person will talk about the back door being open and saying that they need to watch out because Chicago is shiesty. Now, the user would say, quote, "They better watch that back door. The streets don't want no peace. Ish sad." Now, the reason why I thought this was important because do I think that Big Durk and them might try to backdoor Duck's father and vice versa? No. To be honest with you, these guys are much older and they're not stupid. So I'm pretty sure they could probably see it coming a mile away. And before anything happens, they'll probably clip whatever's going on. However, I do tell y'all about Chicago. Me, I'm wary about their police system. I think it's a lot of corruption and weird stuff going on, but that's just me. Right? So hopefully nothing happens to these guys, and hopefully because they do have a lot of influence from both sides. You know, with him being the GD and him representing the BDs, it is a good thing seeing two OGs come together. So we'll just have to see how things play out, man. Other than that, y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about all this. Do y'all think it's a good look for the city? And if you was in either one of their shoes and you know that your kids was beefing and one lost his life and the other is actually in jail, do you think you could bring yourself to come together and push peace, knowing that, you know, the circumstance of how everything is? Y'all let us know in the comments, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.